that requires investigation before the rest of our operations can proceed. Anyone who was at the War Council will understand what that means. You are essentially the first team going in to find out if our plans are even viable. And as such, you'd be told that Nox has an item that can potentially bring you back to where he left off. And so, all of you will in fact be starting over there on the beach, by the little red pillar.
I know where
It's
to
a
go.
ways off, so we should start running now. Good thing I can just fly there at a blazing fast speed.
Oh, la-di-da, look at what God can do. He can fly.
Cheater.
Or I'm gonna join on the next map. Just need to go grab something.
That is fair. We do have a number of maps to get through today.
Oh. I see.
Also, I have no idea what's going on. Thirdly, was just like, okay, we just need Triss for a scene. I'm like, okay, sure, why not?
Welcome back to the end of the world, Triss.
Yeah, it is. I like having the jump dash as well, so I can be even faster than flight. Sometimes. The dragon is flying. That's illegal around here. I mean, that is understandable. I think Pause is flying as well. Look at all these people breaking the laws of physics.
Got any walkers in chat?
Exactly. It's what I do. It's what I did.
I find it ironic that the mage walks.
Understandable. No, Ashy is tiny.
Eh, magic bullshit. Plus, considering mana's a thing.
Those of you being sent here would also be briefed that if this is indeed a part of the Lost Way and is near the Cataclysm, there isn't meant to be anything here, nothing living, at the very least. According to the legends and the tales, nothing and no one has ever come to this place and come back alive. At least according to the legends, the tales. So, as you would all congregate with Nox, utilizing a certain dagger that he found as a beacon, a waypoint back to this location, you would activate it upon your teleportation circle, upon your nexus, and be sent back here. Each of you appearing in proximity around this glowing pillar. For the mages, I'm going to roll you something. Nox, 2 and a 5. Gwydion, 5 and a 13. You as Fae would actually have an easier time noticing this. The effects that you felt didn't actually feel like teleportation, strictly speaking. Not even like a plane shift. If anything, this almost felt like banishment. Or the reverse of it, as if being sent back to a location from which you were banished once that timer is up, or if the spell's concentration is broken. It's odd. Are there any questions before we begin?
No.
Not that I can think of, sir.
How much do I want to eat this place?
This place does not feel like something you want to eat, because there's not a lot of magic. For anyone who is magically inclined or can sense it, it does feel like you are within a vortex, as if you are being buffeted and thrown around. This is the worst of it. Worse than Athelsi, worse than Magazgi.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
It feels like you are within a whirlpool, within a blizzard, whatever it may be, it is buffeting, it is throwing, it is tossing and turning magic around you. It is incredibly distracting and incredibly uncomfortable, and you, Nox, would know that this is the worst it has been, given your proximity to this place.
Yeah, how much would Triss know? Because out of character, what I was told is, hey Triss, do you want to do a scene? And I said, yes, that's the extent I know right now.
Having been at the War Council, you'd have a rough idea of what's going on, and you would have
Okay.
been briefed by Ward back at that camp with everyone else that you are going back here to try and see if you can confirm any of Nox's hypotheses or find what it is he was looking for. The hope
Okay,
being, that if you can,
Okay.
you might be able to fix what happened here. Anything else before we go cards up? Just
How
for
am I
the
feeling on a
quick
scale of 1
refresher.
to 10 about detonating?
You don't feel like detonating currently, but then
Okay.
again, you haven't cast any magic since arriving here. You would know, however, the last time you were here, you were given rough directions, knowledge that there is something to the east, which in this context would be leading you away from the ocean. But you are free to explore this area for as long as you see fit. And with that, we will go cards up in 3, 2, 1.
Amanda, I still did not miss that feeling. Hmm.
Hey.
It's like a reverse banishment. That's fun.
Hey.
Yes, it's rather interesting, and still feels gross.
Oh, I hate it here.
Ugh.
No, we shouldn't be sticking around too long.
Yes.
Oh,
Well,
that's when you
welcome, I
attract things.
guess. This is it. I think my description was spot on.
Looking out over the ocean and shoreline here, the destruction is almost absolute. You see the jagged rocks, the ships that have been wrecked and crashed, some of them seemingly ancient, and others appearing a lot more modern. As if people have made failed attempts to reach this place somewhat recently, within the last century or so. Well, what strikes you all the most is the almost spiraling cacophony of destruction, these areas that seem to have been twisted. Nothing about this place seems natural. None of this destruction. Nothing about the magic. All of it is strange and should not be.
Well, this is what I'm hoping I can help avoid and fix. So you can see why I'm invested in this. And obviously, don't touch anything.
Seems like plenty of people have attempted to come here.
Hmm.
That
How
being those ships.
do you investigate without touching things?
Oh, with your eyes, Astra.
With your eyes, with
as
your
she
nose,
climbs
with your
things.
ears.
Hmm.
As she climbs.
Well, it's
things.
mainly,
Hello.
as I tried saying, it's mainly intentionally based. If you're here with a greedy heart, then this happens to you. So we have many places to go.
A good inn.
My little tip is further
What?
inland. However, there are closer
Yes,
boats
I
to
know,
the
I'm
shore we can search
egotistical, I'm
if we
not
want to.
greedy, there's a difference.
There's many ways we can go. Main one there. Just up to how we're feeling.
Whichever way you think's the best for the first go, let's get it done. I don't want to stick around any longer than we have to.
We'll best get as far away from the ocean as possible, I'd say.
But I will follow you.
Think.
Wait, I'm going back
Ah,
up.
there are the stairs.
Yes, some sort of stairs here, leading into some sort of Old monolith, maybe?
There was
Some sort of old
someone
ruin.
here the first time we got here. Trisira knows them, at least by face. They don't seem to be here at the moment, though.
I mean,
The sand's
would you
going to be a
stick around here?
pain to remove from my armor.
I
And
mean,
you
it's
can't
not
cheat
that
it
bad
with
looking of a place. It just
prestidigitation either,
feels weird.
unfortunately.
I don't like how there's very little magic. Not
No,
much
that's
to
what I
eat.
don't like.
At first I thought
Yeah,
this
and
was
place
their
feels wrong even
camp.
for me.
Let's see where the
I'm pretty sure
closest
all of
person
us are
here.
technically even slightly magically inclined, which means all of us feel it.
Interesting engravings.
They're pretty now.
Fairly. Could
And
knock
also
them down
well
and see if you
maintained.
can't-
If you haven't noticed, well maintained. The marble's still rather shiny.
These stairs have no degradation.
rain here, so it doesn't degrade the.
Well, if you look at everything else is practically destroyed, it's rusted, it's weathered. But this pathway and that bridge there seem in better condition than anything else.
How does that fire keep running?
Maybe
Uh,
the person
Could
that
be the
stays
type-
here keeps it running.
Or
One
could
of
be the
my
material they
many
use to light
thoughts.
it.
Look around, seeing the fire and other things about this place. Some of it doesn't seem like it is truly there, as if it both is and isn't at the same time. The most obvious being the trees out in the ocean, transparent, etheric. It seems almost like there are echoes from another time.
One of my main hypotheses is, with the almost complete annihilation of magic, things just disconnected from the rest of the world. Logic doesn't make sense.
Makes sense.
Time is stuck, reforming and refolding on itself. Hence, refractiles of
yeah.
images.
Maybe don't climb over the ruins that look like they could fall apart at any moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even for you, a couple 100 pounds of rock and rubble falling on you is not going to be a fun time.
Yeah, that might hurt.
No, this bridge. Do you know this bridge, Alex?
No, I never made it off the beachfront, to be honest.
Then we travel one at a time for the moment at least one person goes across and sees how safe it is.
Would you like to go
Should I
first?
go
Jasmine?
across?
You weigh nothing. If it's a weight
Exactly.
thing, it won't be able to tell anything.
Oh, you want me
Yeah,
to
I
go
kind of
across?
agree with him.
I forgot you do weigh the most out of all of us. He can levitate himself, so him going across, he's in no harm.
We don't want to
Falls
test
apart.
magic, right?
That's true, actually.
At the moment, I'm an archer.
That is true. Screw it.
Very hot.
You go
I'll
after
probably
me.
go.
We'll check
Oh.
low weight first, just to be sure.
On a side tangent, if you
Okay.
wanted anything to
Practical
look at,
now.
I believe what you're wanting to look at is that spiral in the sky. That's where everything's being pulled to, I think. That is the actual
Ooh.
epicenter.
Let me.
We're maybe a
have
few
one-
miles
Those of you-
off mark.
Magically inclined would know it is actually out over the ocean.
Oh.
Far out over the
wanna-
waves.
It's even disconnected from a physical sense, too.
Pause as you step on the bridge. You would feel firm stone beneath your feet. Nothing cracked, nothing ruined. The pillars beneath seem to be in good condition as well.
Come on. Seems stable enough. I don't feel a shake. I don't feel
Everything
trouble.
requires you to at least do a second glance on it to make sure. Just doesn't make sense.
Nothing here makes sense, to be honest.
That's the only thing we have to work on. The only common factor is nothing has a common factor. Almost like an oxymoron.
Okay, we're getting too close.
Something looks in place that needed to be looked at a second time.
You're thinking
And as the
too
path
inside the box.
begins to wind up into the mountains. Those of you wishing to proceed, pause for a map change.
Any constructive criticism would be appreciated.
Congratulations, you completed the intro.
Hey,
No, we killed Triss in here so she can't return.
come here, Tristan.
To the mountains.
God damn it.
To
Give
the
me your
mountains.
death dagger.
To the mountains.
No.
I'm gonna
Oh.
kill you with a Daedric dagger because I have one of those right now.
Oh, God
The,
damn it.
the portal's gone. Huh?
If you didn't get through the portal, request on me.
Strange.
If you didn't make it through the portal, request on me.
Hi, Colleen. Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Have a nice bit of an explorative scene.
I
Welcome,
love how
welcome,
everyone's so
welcome.
excited for this map.
Welcome, 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 one and
I
all.
love how everyone's so excited for this map. Yeah, I have.
Buggy on this map.
I run a fucking module for Silo on this map.
Oh, let's
I
bring
ran
back
a module
Welcome.
with Bruns
One
on this map,
Brings
and
back
then I did a
Bruns
curse
memories.
bearers thing on this map.
feel welcome.
Now then, as you would all trek up the stone path into the hills, continuing in the direction Nox has led you, the path would gradually fade off into the hills, and you would find yourself trekking unbeaten paths. You would eventually find yourself here in the height of the hills and the woods. By this time, the sun has fully set, the moon is high, and everything is dark, lightly obscured with mists. It's easy to get lost out here. It's a good thing you have a ranger in your party. And you may go cards up.
Well, this is completely new.
Yes.
Gun.
I'm going to keep this loaded.
Rather smart.
I'm loading. I was loading it, making sure that it is
Okay,
ready
load
in
it.
case something does.
He was rather vague. It's just somewhere east. It wasn't really helpful now that I think about it.
Well, the moon rose there. You know your directions from the way the moon rises?
Same as the
Do those
sun, right?
rules really apply here, though?
Who knows?
Hmm.
One way to find out. If we don't know a direction, might as well choose one we know and then figure it out from there.
Oh.
If we're wrong, we're wrong. You are better than us, are you not? At certain things here?
Well,
Tracking and whatnot.
part of what I had to do.
Oh.
I wonder
Roll.
if there's wildlife out here.
I would be
With
surprised.
a 14. There doesn't seem to be any actual paths through this place. It seems to be very wild, very overgrown, and as most forests are that aren't inhabited, there is nothing more than trails taken by animals to lead you.
Hmm.
And just you pick a direction and we'll head it. If Nox doesn't even know this area, it's best we choose a direction and find out if we're going the right way or not.
Figure out what east is and head that way.
Trial and error, as we would.
I mean, I would say the same thing that you kind of mentioned. Might not be the
Well-
correct direction, but follow the moon. At least it's a landmark that we can, constant landmark we can reference.
I'm
true.
hungry.
I mean, what are we looking for specifically again? Just double
We're
checking.
told to head east.
Somewhere east is either the remains or a spot in Spick and Span library.
Very steep here, be careful.
Yep.
A repository of knowledge from back then.
Well, if that's the case, either you want to head towards somewhere with water or high up in a mountain somewhere.
I
Easy
think we got
production.
pretty high up, but now we have to figure out. It goes down from what we can see in most directions. So
Yeah.
maybe just pick all these
Unless there's like a giant pit somewhere.
I mean, who knows? It
Some
could
drop
be
down here too,
on a
we can
giant
go around.
spike somewhere, for all we know.
We cut left, we might find a lower level. That looks
You
quite
see
steep.
the hill
I don't think.
falling away into quite a large drop. Much of it seems to have fallen away from the hill. There's exposed rock and root around.
Let's not get too close to that edge. I don't feel it falling through.
Oh, yeah.
There's gotta be a way down here somewhere. Seems like there's one over here.
Careful of going too
Okay,
far.
I saw something.
What do you see?
It went that way.
Those of you around, you feel like there's movement just on the periphery of your vision, like shadows shifting in the trees.
Hmm.
Nothing
Keep moving.
fully stands out.
Mm-hmm.
There might be
Those of you
animals
who
around.
move it as
Be careful.
well. Flickerings of shadow at the edge of your vision. Things that are difficult or impossible to make out through the fog.
More likely animals.
Strikes you as the
Or-
silence. An absolute silence, other than the rustle of leaves and grass in the breeze.
Never mind, it's not.
Just after you.
This sounds wrong too. I don't hear anything.
But yet we see things.
If the wildlife
Whatever it
claims
is,
it's
animal
danger.
or whatever, let's just hope that they don't find us the midnight shift.
Assume.
Thank you. A leaf tickled my nose. Yeah. Awesome.
About where we were.
Hmm.
Mm-mm. Uh-oh.
Careful of the left side.
Reap.
Could just be an animal. Let's keep moving.
Now, I am quite curious
Worries
about
me.
that cloud. Rather
Chris,
stationary.
with a natural plenty as you walk through this area, the
Alright.
mountainside fallen away, dirt and rock. You see something sticking out of the ground under a rock to your right. It looks like a metallic spike of some sort. There's as you begin to
Kinda
dig
digs up around
away,
it.
and as you dig away, you see it is more than just a spike. It seems to be a spike protruding from something like a gauntlet. More metal is revealed, a concave shape.
Is she able to use her death magic to tell if there's something dead underneath that gauntlet?
You may certainly try. Only
No.
with a natural 3, you would feel that incredibly uncomfortable feeling, like sand being ripped through your veins. And you'd remember the risks of casting here, as it is. It almost feels damaging within your nerves, but you would see something familiar. Almost like red veins through blackened metal.
Hey.
What is it, Tris?
I'll let you see for yourself. Gauntlet in the ground.
Do you touch it, or
I was just merely scratching out more of the dirt, but he is going
You
to
would
attempt
see-
to see if it kind of budges or if
You
it's like
tap
a
it.
very stiff.
other than the rock and dirt around it, it moves. Seems to be somewhat loosely held, as if it was only buried when this hillside collapsed.
Maybe best we leave it buried. Whatever it is.
The markings worry me a little bit.
Those of you
Rather not go
looked at it,
things that-
each of you would recognize what that was.
Oh, that makes
To you all, it was clearly Daedric in origin.
No, I'd really rather not touch it. Leave it buried.
I was really worried.
Why can't we
I
take
guess they really are everywhere. In the forever
No.
ago.
Probably best we leave it.
With a 14, something would strike you as odd. Daedra don't usually leave behind remains. Nothing of the sort. Only when specially killed does steel remain, but a body, armor,
Oh,
that's virtually impossible.
well, hang on, that's not right, actually. If it was killed by the landslide, that wouldn't be there, because everything goes back with them. That means they'd have to be killed by
Not
something
you-
in all
special.
cases, from what we've noticed.
What cases
Under
I
the
know is
big
if
fucking-
Daedric steel.
Big Daedra thing that attacked us in the caves. That didn't go away.
Mm-mm. Strange. Just odd.
Maybe all the dirt blocked whatever causes it to disappear.
What?
Maybe
Would make
it
sense
is
for the
best we
cave.
take it with us then.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Hey,
What's the
help.
problem? Other Daedra
Install
would
some of it on
disappear in
Shopee.
the cave.
I don't know if
If
a
it's
bag
just
of
a
holding
dead
works
danger,
here that
then it
often.
shouldn't
Reveal more and more, you would see that this
shoot my
is
hand.
pieces. It looks like
going to
it
pull-
has been crushed and torn apart.
I'm gonna just attempt to pull the gauntlet out.
It comes free, but in 2 or 3 pieces.
Mm-hmm.
You see heavy signs of damage.
Well, better than nothing, I suppose.
Since they took
Place it
the
in
gauntlet
the
off.
bag, it crumbles further.
Yeah.
Whatever damage this thing sustained was catastrophic.
I can clean it up later. Add it to my list of things to do.
We'll leave the rest buried. It's too much in tatters anyway.
Okay.
It's just
If the
weird.
gauntlet-
I just wanted to
No,
check it
we'll
for other
destroy it.
reasons.
Makes me wonder what caused it. It's that destroyed.
That
'Cause it
reminds
looks
me,
to
I
be-
actually have Daedra flesh sample in my fucking ball.
Well, if we encountered
Look at that.
Daedra, I do have a Daedra dagger, so...
Yeah, we do need to
There
get
it is,
that back
there's
to
the moon.
Daedra.
And there's the
Yes.
cliff, so that makes sense. Alright.
Heading straight away from the cliffs then would be our direction.
It's also highly
We wanna
coincidental.
maintain- What? Hold up.
Yeah, I saw that.
I thought I saw something.
Wow.
Is it not just the shadows we've been seeing?
With a 15, it seemed almost like the shadows coalesced. There was something, there was a silhouette that moved, vanished. Fog is incredibly difficult to keep track of, but it seemed to be alive.
Well, Did it look like something we'll have to worry about? Because if so, I'll keep my flintlock in my hand.
I
Flammable.
would say anything that's looks. I couldn't really see if it was dangerous or not. It was such kind of a shadow, but.
I'm ready.
How about we
It's
avoid
loaded.
the smoke? And
Yes, the anomalous smoke in one
Considering-
place.
We just saw dead Daedra. I would keep your gun loaded.
Oh, it's loaded. Steep hill here.
I'll need to. Yep.
I am
Steep.
one cry.
Just be careful.
Congratulations, Astra. Yes, as I was saying, it's highly coincidental. The Ashen Steel and Daedric Steel look oddly similar. Black with red lines through it.
Can I just say, I'm very glad it's not raining.
oh, that would fucking suck.
All the mud.
None of us would be going up this hill.
Yep.
Not to mention all the loose soil. Already.
Oh, this is an uprooted tree. Uprooted, not looted.
Rock formation, never smoke.
Does seem to indicate that there's some weather here.
Yes, the odd
John.
smoke clouds are very
For the
interesting.
5, and Triss, with a 5 and a 2, respectively, you would both essentially trip over as you get near the top of the hill. Through the long grass, and just beneath the dirt surface, you would again find more dark, damaged armor. As you see, what looks like it could have been 2, 3, maybe slightly more Daedra.
What's happening?
He's gonna brush away the dirt and see if it still has the same black with red markings.
It does. As you look over, the damage seems catastrophic. You look them over, and there's
What even
nothing
caused this?
salvageable. It looks almost like they were devoured. You do see one has something that seems like a stone tablet in its hand. Something that it has scrawled upon in strange Daedric runic letters.
He's gonna pick it up and hand it to Nox.
Well, this
Ah.
might be useful.
Any idea what this is?
Either it's
Hey.
orders or some sort of final
Everyone.
message.
Everyone.
There's a sort of stone structure beyond.
Oh.
Also,
Fun.
I heard something to the left again. So be on your
Yeah,
guard.
Right.
Truce. When I lead
Yep.
us to the structure. Got the best eyes here.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Would you like to lead us to the structure? You do have the better eyes.
Alright.
I'll be right behind you. So your back's covered. To the left here, just beyond the hill. Triss.
Sorry.
You're fine. It's a little hard to
This
see
fog
past the
makes it
grass.
hard to see the things.
I'm starting to think that it wasn't natural causes that killed the Daedra, as funny as it sounds.
Nope.
You should never think that. Always think that everything is out to get you.
And I'm not really an outdoors person, but I know when even nature goes silent that things aren't really well.
Yeah, usually you hear crickets.
Current hypothesis is we might be in a hunting ground. Something.
Moon leads us in
That would be fun.
direction, so we can make our
Not really.
way that
Or
way.
something
So we're
protecting
not sticking
something outside.
Yep.
Nox, Gideon, if either one of you want to look at the
Guardian.
monolith, you can for a moment before we head back out. Take a moment to catch our breath.
Alright. Let's see. 4 sections.
As you draw closer, You would notice scratches, seem like cuts along the stone. It seems like there has been some measure of damage done to it, not naturally. This isn't erosion or the effects of weather. This seems like a blade or a claw or something of the sort.
If there's any surviving runes on it.
And as you look aside, Nox, you would see some. Some small ones carved into the side. They seem to have been scratched in hastily. Very hastily. And you can see that they are Daedric.
This is a Daedric structure.
Those of you around the side here would even see imprints in the ground that looks like they were the size of Daedric footprints. Moving
You should
away
worry
from the
about that.
pillar.
I'll keep a perimeter.
Okay. Really did not expect to see Daedric things all the way out here. Edge of the junction.
They're like rats. No, they're like roaches.
Looking over the pillar, it doesn't seem Daedric in nature. It seems old. Very old, like it's been here since eons past. It merely looks like the Daedra scratched something in and then ran.
I can try to climb the top of it.
Okay.
Be
Scratches are
careful.
too
Have we
new.
figured out that this doesn't do anything to us when we touch it?
I rubbed my hand against it.
Time to find out.
This isn't a Daedric monument, rather the
Nothing
Daedra
happened.
tampered with it. Could have broken it.
Be
Cold,
careful.
hard
You become,
stone.
Alright, I'm gonna climb
you
that.
become a bit of a target when you're that high up. So be careful.
This
I see
is
something.
at least a couple eons, if not more.
I don't see anything, but I heard something rustling in that direction.
Daedra, rather new addition to it. Don't know what these runes mean. It could be something that break it or stop it from what it's doing.
What scares me about is whatever these things are around us, they definitely
Is
seem
any
to be
of that-
following
20,
us.
Nightblake. That mithril hand comes in very handy.
You see the state of
blocking into
Daedric
the small
armor.
gaps.
It
allowing you
makes
to pull
absolutely no
yourself
sense
up.
for a beast to
with
do that
surprising
much
ease.
to it.
No,
Use
but you never know what's out
just
here.
to get up to the
You never
top
know
while
where
climbing.
nothing makes sense,
That
but
is
will be
fair.
there. What lives here.
I'm clearly climbing. Look at me go. Oh, wait.
Twisted.
Nope,
I
it's
hear
bugging.
something.
Help.
Or I heard
Hello?
something.
What?
No, it sounds almost as if it was getting closer.
I can imagine
wanna
the
rush
worst
this a
case
little bit.
scenario.
Hmm.
West side.
Don't want to rush you both too much, but let's speed it up just a little bit. Like I'm watching your back.
Okay, that's all sides covered.
Good. Anything up there,
By the
Gwydion?
top, I'm going to assume in nature it's likely a marking spot.
I hear
Or
something.
not some type. We wouldn't get lost.
Yeah, I've just been hearing stuff around me too.
No, that definitely confirms there's more
19.
than one.
It does seem like a traditional marker. Possibly
Pulling from
marking a
what
path
information
going
I know.
somewhere, or even a land boundary.
There's only a few things I could think that would be able
Given
to
how old it is,
survive
it's
out
hard to
here.
know which custom it follows.
And it's not really natural.
I'm not exactly keen to meet whatever lives out here.
Of course. You heard my
Looking
brief
out,
give an
that's
example of the
same
twisted
19, you
things
would
from
see towards
forever
the
ago.
moon. Off in the east direction, the hillside dips.
Something could have been twisted here. Sorry, Astra, you were not
Oh,
here.
could
There
have
might be
once been either a path or perhaps
Behind
the
that
course
rock.
of a stream at
Nox,
some point in time. From the
would this be a
distance
bad
and in the
time to
darkness,
ask
it's
if,
difficult to
oh,
tell.
Chris, come here now.
It does seem to be the most obvious route.
Look at that rock in
Yeah.
front of me.
Down I go.
Do you see what
Yeah.
I see?
That's
I mean, I'm
something
shorter,
peeking
so
around
probably
it.
not.
19. You get
Come
that just fine.
Just gonna.
Something behind it. Okay.
Stepped out.
Right, I'm good.
He's on the left.
Right, this is just a traditional landmark.
Yeah, I saw a
Right.
small peek of it.
Flicker.
Ugh.
They probably just translated it to their tongue.
Spot.
They wouldn't get lost.
And once again, it's hard
Apologies.
to tell what is out there. Jarl with a 2,
What are you wearing?
and Triss
I
with an
don't know,
18.
I
It
just
was
told
like what you
something's
saw
out there.
before. That same shape, that same silhouette from earlier.
Let's keep moving.
Right, where to
As
So
we
next?
don't
that's
dilly-dally any longer.
That sound looks
All the
more like
moon
Big Path.
is that way.
Well, we were going
Yeah.
to. As we do that.
Oh,
That's the only
confirmed by
consistent
climbing
landmark
the
that we
top.
have. By the way, Nox, this is probably a bad time considering all the things that we're running into. You
It's best
know
not to split.
about my thing, right?
Is this really now a good time to talk about it?
Well, considering some of the things I'm putting together, yeah.
Then yes, Triss, I do know about your arm.
Good.
I think everyone here but Asher knows.
As the hill leads down, you see the slightly cleared path leading to the right.
Astria.
Ah, here we go.
Sorry.
Off, back up the hill, and further into the
I feel
woods.
like we said that
We
they
have
were lot
finally
yesterday.
found a path. Dirt road with something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a path, alright, carved by something.
Hmm.
I'm gonna wind up changing my name one of these days for either of them.
Yeah,
No,
it's the only thing
don't.
we have to work on.
Did you call them Astria? That's Astria.
I know! I feel like I said it plenty of times yesterday that it got fucking mixed up, okay?
Mhm. Rather thick foliage
I'll
over
change
it.
But I don't
somebody's
think we
name.
saw Astria.
There
It's
is a
just,
path.
weird.
What's your name? Do you want Gideon? Can't have it, it's mine.
No. No,
You want
I don't want
Joel?
your stinky name.
You want my other name? It's Quentin, you can keep it.
No, I'm okay.
Wait, that kind of reminds me. Do you have my name?
Did you give it
If
to me
you've
or did
ever-
you tell me what to refer to you as?
I want to say I thought I gave it to you before I found out, you know.
Oh, then probably,
Well,
yeah,
then
I
more than
probably do it
likely
on your
do.
name.
You may
Which means don't
refer
think they
to
can
me
steal your name,
as
unless they're more powerful than I
Amstria.
am. Then I have to fight them
Which,
for it.
that's quite a few of them, actually.
As the path reaches the crest of the hill, you step over. Seen down below what looks like the continuation of this path, leading down past a rock in the valley and onwards.
I think we've
Is
done
this
the
still
biggest
east?
loop.
No,
We don't
we're
know.
not
These
following
forests
them
just
now.
feel like a circle and a loop.
Hmm.
This forest is
Looking
gonna
directly to
end
the
up
east, the
feeding my
mountain
insanity.
seems steeper, more sheer. You gather you'd have a difficult time going due east from here.
It's a bit shallower over this way. It's an easier slide.
Nah, just sit your butt down and go down. You'll be fine.
That's harder when you're wearing armor.
But I have a tail in the way.
Triss
But
acts
someone
like a shield
isn't.
ride.
Slide down.
Shield sliding.
I don't want to get
I
tail
mean,
burned.
that seems dangerous and foolhardy. But...
Oh, I mean, it's rather fun actually. I've seen a few people do it.
I've seen some people do it too.
You remember that time we were in the what was it called? The vaults.
You mean with
And then everyone kept, like, I think it was Torg and Krumron kept sliding down the slide things and then fucking catapulted into each other and other people and stuff and almost killing people from it.
That sounds like something Krem would do, yes.
What?
Well, I mean, I nearly wanted to throw them in the lava pit myself. They're being quite,
Nox, rolling.
eccentric.
That was a lava pit?
Understood.
There
One
was
moment.
a lot
There
of
was.
it.
I kicked
Where?
Tempest down it, actually.
Gwydion, rolling. Very good. And
Right.
Astria.
Hello?
Astria with a 16, Gwydion with a 17, and Nox with an 18. All of you would feel off to the right down that little path there. Something that doesn't seem consistent with the magic of this place. Something actually feels slightly magical in that direction.
Oh, fuck.
Ah,
Food.
there we go. That's actually a good sign.
What?
Food.
I wouldn't
There's
eat anything around
a
here.
magical signature.
Oh.
And I've only seen one other, which was the one time I saw one of the armature blades. Anything similar could be very useful.
Then maybe that's where we're heading.
Seems to go along the path. I would think.
What happens if they're traps?
Well, I guess the
Well-
ranger should go first.
Yep.
Why am I
We're
being
not only
smart?
making the best person for finding traps in front, but also maybe the only person who would get trapped as well.
Also,
15
the one
Chris.
person that might be.
You don't see any signs of traps. You don't even see any signs of footprints or traffic.
Alright,
through here.
this
The
time.
area seems to have not been
Don't touch it.
touched in a long time.
Rather big.
Oh. Can I kick it?
Any sand mushroom?
If they're
No.
rather big, it means they've been growing for a long
Okay.
time. Which
You
also
have to
means
walk the
things
way
around
back, you
here
can kick
might
them on the
not
way
be
back.
them. Be mindful, if they've been growing for that long, it means whatever's here probably doesn't eat them, which means they might not be good for us.
It means there's no wildlife.
Almost
Or
looks like
they're a
there's hole here.
carnivore.
That's also a good
Or
point.
they're poisonous.
Oh yeah, that's a hole or a cave.
Those of you here,
Those are the-
pause for a moment.
I do. Ah.
Sure, that's Amnesia the bunker monster, from what I saw. Can't be sure though, but it's dirtly, so I wouldn't put it past him.
No one mind where my gun's pointing.
Running
Don't worry about
around
it.
at the speed I sound.
Can't believe we're
A
killing Jess.
place to go.
Gotta
You
follow
may
my way.
continue.
You're not killing me, you're kidnapping me. Good, great.
Oh yeah, we are kidnapping you.
Right.
What?
Do we want to inspect the hole?
I'll go.
Could in be.
It's a pretty big hole.
A rather big disruption in the ground, more like it.
Rolling for mage. With a 14, it definitely feels like it is down there somewhere.
Be careful of adding too much weight.
Go that way. We're going down.
Food.
This seems like a
Tris,
bad idea.
This is where you're going to shine.
Nom, nom, nom.
More of an outlook, I guess.
Nom.
Yep.
There's a
As you venture forward, you see a number of bodies. Old,
Oh.
ancient. They seem to be half buried under pieces of rock dirt. Some of them have roots and vines growing through them. But you definitely feel that mages of the party, that magical signature is somewhere among them.
One of these
Do these bodies
has
also
the
look-
magical signature.
Not at all. These look like people.
No, do these bodies look like they were
Oh,
chewed up like the
shit.
other ones?
These ones? No.
Mm-hmm.
Well, mages. Anything else from this area? Is this where we've been scouring off to?
The food is here.
Somewhere on one of the bodies. And if it's what I
Well,
think it is, I
right,
can
so
play a
it's
game of
actually
hot and
bodies.
cold with it.
Understood.
I'm gonna let him do
Very
it, 'cause
dangerous
I'm
game of
getting
hot
grabbed
and
by a
cold.
fucking body if it comes to life.
Let's see.
Mhm.
Jaro.
Looking around Nox, it's easy to tell. Among all chaos, the one thing that seems to be consistent, the one thing that seems to be an anchor, is on the body to your right.
There we go.
It's gonna try and
Right.
grab you.
You find
Be
it?
careful. It's gonna grab you.
It's
gonna
on
grab
there.
Not unlikely.
Dungeon Textbook 101, Mage College. Strange corpse, disarm it first. If there's any weapon left.
I don't
You
know,
don't
it's
see any
buried. I
weapons.
don't know if we can see anything.
Alright, well,
you. I'm gonna grab you.
Might be too buried to move anyway, if it even it
I'll
could.
pin at least one of its arms, just in case. Let's see.
You would see that the arm that you are leaning against has something in its hand, lightly glowing. Seems to
There
be a
we
stone
go.
of some kind.
Alright. Let's get you out.
Careful.
Rolling.
Rigor mortis
Strike.
is a hell of a thing.
With a 7 Nox, you don't know how long this has been here, but between the rusted armor and the almost fossilized body, it's giving you a lot of trouble trying to get this hand open.
Alright. This is why you come
You
prepared.
alright?
Yep.
I
Just
got
need to
jaws
see
in it?
if I want to help. I'll try and grab one of my tools out.
Oh,
Gotta get
yeah.
cold,
While
eh?
you do that, what is it? Is there something in the hand?
Yes, it's holding on to something with a death grip.
Ah, come on. Come
Jarl, with the use of a mithril hand, you crack the bone and metal as it comes away.
Now
A
let's see.
stone,
Is this what you're after?
blue in color and lightly glowing.
Well, let me test it. Jaro, he's gonna do the back
Maybe
of the
don't
palm
touch it with
test.
bare hands yet.
Nothing
glove.
happened, but you do feel, for the first time since coming to this place, something that feels like an actual affinity. Specifically, water.
Huh. Waterstone.
Wild.
An actual
An
affinity.
affinity.
It's stable. Really interesting.
Kind of feel bad leaving this person half buried.
With a 17 Nox, there's more to it than simply stability. There's almost an anchor to it. It feels like it has a pole direction, not towards the cataclysm, but further east.
Ah, it's a guide stone. This is what it is. Alright. This might have been one of the staff of the place we're trying to find. Right, let's see. Points further east. Which is back up the mountain, I think.
East is towards the moon, isn't
It does indeed feel as if it is up the mountain.
Right. Guide stone. I'll put this under my glove so I don't lose it.
Wearing your correct walking boots.
I'll fix them when I get there. Now we trek back up.
My best boots.
Oh yeah.
Come on.
I've come prepared, but the worst part is you don't exactly pull out what you want from your bag of holding here.
Thank you for the stone.
Hmm.
Hope you lived a nice life.
So
I
imagine
just
you want to grab
realized
a
I don't
healing
have access to
potion.
my hole.
No, you probably don't. Which means we have whatever we have.
I have a few scrolls, but that's for the worst
Trick
case scenario.
question. What happens with a bag of holding?
So, it depends. If you use it for one thing, then nothing will really happen, I don't think. But if you have a general one for all of your items, it's random what you pull out.
That's unfortunate.
It's almost like there's a water current in your bag of holding, switching the items around.
Hmm.
Rather annoying.
That is unfortunate because that is where all my healing potions are.
I got a
Could be
few in my
worse.
pouches.
So you can either gamble and choose not the healing potion and a chance you'll get it.
You see the
Or try
path
your best to grab
winding further into the hill.
Off we go, I guess.
There we go. Grindstone, keystone. I mean, you did say it could be near
When we're
water.
done with it, can I eat it?
Unfortunately not. I'd rather like to keep this as a relic. Puzzle pieces and all that. I'll grab you a scroll when I get back to my library.
No. I want some from here.
And as you all continue further and further into the mountains, pause for a map change.
I think this is funny. I'm pretty sure this is where we ended for the Curse Bearers one shot. That happened a long time ago. Is right up that hill.
Get in the hole. Get in the hole.
Woo! I'm on a roll. I'm gonna sip some water. Oh.
Players, as you would continue further and further into the mountains, eventually you would crest the highest hills and see everything falling away into a valley. Within it you would see a structure, stone glinting in the moonlight, and something massive within the fog ahead. As you approach closer and closer, you would see the ruins around you here, and as you come through the doorway behind you, you see what looks like a draconic figure, massive and fossilized, suspended within the fog.
Oh.
Cards are up. Actually, before cards are up, everyone please come over here, because there's a button you need to click. Choose your option.
What is?
I don't know what the fuck it does.
Green. I went with green. I don't know what it does.
It's asking you about photosensitivity.
I don't care. Do I
It's
hit
not that
circle
bad.
Circle.
Either
I
one,
don't
they
care.
both
Burn
work.
my eyeballs out.
I am
I agree, but my
streaming.
eyeballs out.
Anybody that fucking has photosensitivity, don't
It's
watch.
not too bad. You may now go cards up.
It's still good to have that warning.
Well,
I don't particularly like that.
Here, Jar, I found another thing.
this makes more sense, I guess. Back
The
to
light
the...
makes that quite ominous.
Very much so.
Okay.
I forgot.
Lean forward, I guess.
It was my dad.
Maybe one of us keep our eyes on that giant thing in the sky. Just in
I got
case.
my eyes on it.
Rather than that thing not come to life and just kill us. The shit I've seen here.
What are those?
Yeah.
Not even before.
I'd like to say that. Why would it come out?
Missing the bridge completely.
You
You would notice
With what we've seen in Aether,
the circle in front of you. It bears a strange familiarity to what you saw in Nagaski.
I would not get on that if I were you. That's...
The Eye of the Mage, it clearly seems to be some sort of magical circle. And with an 18, you get the feeling that whatever this is, or whatever this was, could very well have been drawing power from that creature.
That would be cool if that's my dad.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case though.
How do we know
Looking
it
around,
isn't my
Nox,
dad?
you see pillars, posts, all of them seeming to bear a gem, except the two. The one to your left, behind Jarl, and the one over here.
Okay.
Okay, for those that don't understand magic, this is a magic circle made to draw magic, assuming from our big friend up there.
Right.
Is that why it's stationary?
More than likely.
So, to give some context, this is a
Oh,
runic
looking
symbol
up, it seems
similar
more
to the one that was in
stationary than
Nagaski.
19 through the fog.
And it would make
looks as
sense
if
it was
its
drawing from
skin has
something
turned
that
to stone.
big.
It looks as
There was
if
many,
pieces have
many
erupted.
drowned
It looks
corpses
like
in
it was
Nagaski.
fossilized,
Drained, mummified,
mummified,
desiccated.
locked in
Used as a
place.
battery.
Mm.
Seems they compensated for something much more bigger. Holding it
That's a
stationary.
bad
Whatever it
What
is,
am I using
I
it
think
for
it's
is the
dead.
problem.
Oh,
Probably.
Either dead or petrified, so it can't move.
Well, I mean, from the looks of it, it looks like a lot of its parts are degrading off of it. It's falling apart. If it's not
You
dead,
would
it's
be
definitely
surprised
suffering.
how many creatures would. Yeah.
Either
If it's
way,
not dead,
Actually,
then it's suffering as it slowly breaks apart.
this is incomplete.
That's petrification for you.
But for the sense it's still half activated, means it's still connected to that. Thinks there's something left for it to give. However, it seems some of the focus stones are missing. I have one of them. The purple one's missing.
So you have the
Whoa.
one this is missing here, right?
Hmm. Yes.
And then
You gonna
so
put it
the
in?
purple one's missing.
I feel like I
You
should
have a blue one.
wait and look around first. Who knows?
Yeah,
Little
that
hints
should
at
be
a
a little bit more
time
inquisitive.
will probably unlock something. For example, why don't we look at that artifact in the distance?
Exploration.
Astria, be with someone. I'll go alone. I'll go with Astria, keep them.
We can't evenly break up.
No, then I'll come with
I'm gonna take a look at this if you want to follow.
Sure.
I wonder if we can get closer to her.
Well, you did make the comment about water.
Triss, as you approach the waters again, you have a slight flashback. Nagaski. A circle, teleportation circle, surrounded by water and the vivid memory of corpses, suffused and floating in that water.
Do you think this is teleportation, or do you think this is something else?
Well,
We go poking at it.
if I were to make a
Looking at the
educated
object before
guess,
it looks like it's been inactive for a very, very long time.
let's see. I think if I make an educated guess without using magic sight, it's a relay point. See how it's lined up with the
Relay?
pointed circle? And probably the idea is the gemstones are inserted, it continues the circuit, and this acts as a focus point to drain from the creature.
I mean, it's inactive. We're never gonna figure out what it does unless we activate it.
Hmm. But also, the sprites are rather curious. Fragments of something.
They're cute. They
Which-
remind me of the floating books in Nighthold.
Hmm.
In the library.
I think they're trailing some sort of script, though. Which I should probably try and
Like
write
the
down.
protection?
From what exactly is the question?
What wouldn't you want to protect from this place?
Roll.
Everything, I suppose.
No. With a 17. You would recognize some of those letters in the script. Some of them bearing a familiarity to the old, ancient treatises by Driarius. Whether it was from the same author or merely the same language remains to be seen.
Hmm.
Oh God.
Present.
Does Trish feel the same suppressive of magic where if she
Interesting.
tries to use magic it would have negative repercussions here?
It's still,
Or is it
it's
less in
certainly
here?
still quite strong. It's slightly lessened, if anything, but you're not sure what effect it might still have. You're welcome to try.
These. The letters are similar in age
Still feels off.
and date with the treatises I've been following. They could be echoes of works in the past.
You
I'm
want
gonna
me to
s-
try and decipher?
I'm gonna try and see if I can pull out a rune. Well, not a rune, a scroll on my pack. Comprehend languages sometimes doesn't work, but it's better than not trying. That's an apple.
Well, if it's not a
Also,
language,
just a
then
heads
it's
up.
a... What?
There's a lot of dead bodies in that water.
Oh, great. So they weren't compensating, it's just there.
They're not on the surface, but I saw a weird vision of them being on the top of the water.
That might just be
I swear I
PTSD, Triss.
That might be this
No, like I'm looking. I took a look at the water. I could have swore I seen some stuff at the bottom.
Versus
Oh,
words
look.
bring back memories to you, Nox. The memories of Nagaski, of that circle, of that water, of those bodies.
Right. Come on. Transcribe languages. Where are you? This is getting a bit difficult. He's packed too much for sure.
I don't like this place. That dragon reminds me too much of the one that gave us problems in Aether.
The shape doesn't seem quite normal. It's not flat, it's not what you'd expect. There seem to be undulations, there seem to be disturbance.
Oh. Well, that makes sense actually now. This is flooded. It's not natural.
Loosely buried.
There's structures in the water.
Oh, you're right.
Layer of silt,
I thought it
something
might
a
have
bit
just been
more
from that floating
spongy
thing.
beneath.
Find something?
There's something in under the silt.
Well, I may stand corrected,
For the two mages.
because I believe this is actually a flooded city. There's structures popping out of it.
Both of you, with an 18, would feel this at this time, being in such close proximity to the water's edge. Out somewhere in the waters, between here and that small island, you would feel something similar to the signature of that blue stone.
Well then, that's annoying. I believe the other Foci stone is in there.
Swimming?
I mean... How actually deep is it? I can't tell if it's shallow or not.
It's bumpy. At best.
Well, anyone have rope just in case?
Nope.
I always keep rope with
It probably was in the hole.
Probably was you.
me. It's only 25 foot though.
That's more than 25 foot.
More than likely. Well, let's tell them first. We have more eyes here. Be smart. Fate answer.
You pull wrench free, and there is a arm attached to what you see now. Looks like a messer with some carvings on it.
I have his own.
Oh, they're gonna go
You
splashing
see
in some water
On
for
the
a weird
mud over
artifact.
here,
Hmm.
what looks like a strange, perhaps mask and a sack. So you try to wrench it free, you
I wanna get this scroll off
Now,
before I go
the
to
question
bed.
the
is,
neck and the
do you
skull
want
with
me
it.
to go across?
Almost seems
Because I'm
not
a
quite
lighter and I'm less
fused,
likely
but
to
it
disturb anything.
was on a
Or
body. Now
would
you
you
see
like to go across?
the right arm and a left hand holding onto the
I
back.
feel like actually it'd be best if we both went.
It's a strange-looking mask.
Understood.
So there's more of a closer reaction time in case something unexpected happens.
Would you like a sword?
I have ways. I have my flintlock on me.
You feel something just
I'd need to summon my staff,
grace against the back of your
and
leg.
that's even a chance of it
Something
working.
just move.
And this is why you bring weapons. Physical one.
I was smart and I brought it before I went in last
I can
time.
get out this way.
I forgot this time.
I'm stuck. Where'd you be?
There we
go.
There you go.
Right, alright.
There's your way up over here.
ODM, sir.
We're going to go
Well.
splash in some water.
Nox is attempting to pull out a scroll of
Oh.
comprehend languages out of his bag of holding.
Why?
Why are we splashing in water?
Understood. What are we reading?
We think we found. Well, there's
He's
another
gonna
magical
try and have it off
tool
while
for
he's
the-
going into the water to get close looks at the sprites. Understand what they're saying.
Understood.
Is that...
Bragging.
Oh, that was lucky. Water?
As you take
Right.
one last step,
Thank
All right.
you, Nox going across.
suddenly
So we
feel
don't
jolted backwards like a...
disturb too much.
Alright, the scroll's off. I should be able to see anything that they're saying.
After you.
Of course, my liege. Okay. Right, that's a slope. That's rather steep, actually. Alright. I have a thing for this. Where is it?
Do you need the rope?
Oh god.
Alright.
Brilliant. With a 15, you feel like there's a much shallower path just to your right.
Is it down there or the farther past it? I can't tell.
Your node is somewhere between here and that small island in front of you.
Alright, smart.
Wading through the water, you would both feel that slight movement beneath your feet. Not of dirt and silt, something else. There's a sponginess. Something's moving beneath the weight of your step.
Hmm.
And occasionally, something harder. Almost feels like it cracks under your weight.
Hmm.
I'm so glad I only really remember the cat.
I'm starting to think it wasn't a town, but more a battlefield.
As you grab it, Woodian, and to pull, you pull with this object. Seems to be a hand. An arm up out of the sill. The flesh is seemingly rotted. It looks like it's decayed and fallen away. Yet it remains attached. As the arm drops back into the water.
Look, the hand.
In your
Second,
hand.
do the second.
A purple stone.
Got it.
Congratulations. Would you like to hold on to it?
Sure.
And put it in together.
We got the shiny rocks.
Walking back, having seen the limb that was pulled from the water, that shifting crunch beneath your feet becomes more disturbing. They extend from shore to there. How many must there be?
It's fine. It's only maybe like a few 100,000 dead people under you.
More than likely.
Yeah.
You've seen it once, you've seen it all, I guess.
You know, you could have left, not said anything. That would have been nice.
I mean, I could have said it was 1 million. If this was the city, it'd probably be more closer to 1 million.
Anything I can get from these sprites?
Looking at the motes as they float around and the script that trails behind,
I mean, we could always start a fire.
it seems to be directions, similar to cardinal directions. And you get the feeling that they relate to whatever this circle might lead to.
Grabbed a few things from under the bridge.
Directions, calculations, cardinal directions, longitude, latitude, everything.
The sword seems magic.
Ah, there you go, you're the guidelines. Okay, that makes sense.
Careful of the water, by the way. There was something like a hand on the ground to maybe help me in place.
Latitude
Oh,
17, approximate 6, 4. Longitude. Northeast bound.
no.
Brilliant. Much like Nox when he discovered the blue stone, you would feel something akin to an affinity from this. Specifically, something chaotic or dark in nature. With 2 natural 2s, you're not entirely sure. Something within that branch of affinities.
That's close to my. This is one of my affinities. Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. These motes, they're guidelines to this construct here. I say it in a weirdish terms, not like construct, more of a creation. Guidelines where to input instructions into and what to say or express. Longitudes, latitudes, cardinal directions, like a compass. So if it asks for a destination, I think I know where we can go.
So, does that mean we are indeed putting the stones into their places?
I believe so. Though I would like to check the ones that do have the stones if there's anything that needs to be turned or adjusted first. Like a
I'll take
radio.
Look at one of the other ones just to see if there are any.
I don't want it started up mid what it was doing last time and break it.
Seems like a bad idea.
Looking at the stones that remain, there don't seem to be any means by which to make adjustments. What you do notice is that all of them are incredibly faint, as if lacking the vast majority of their power. It's barely anything, and in order to get something at this scale running again, you feel like you would have to pour a lot more into these.
Well, probably need to give it some extra once we've inserted everything else, unfortunately. It's rather faint.
Do we have to give them the affinities regarding the fact that the purple one seems to be chaos if he's talking of his affinity and the fact that the one you have is water?
Well, maybe I have to do
Well, then
multiple
what would-
things, so...
What's green then? Nature?
Nature, Earth, maybe.
What,
Growth.
holy here?
Well, if that's holy, I can actually tell. Let me see.
Well, if that's earth, then I can probably help you with that. I have protection magic. If it's nature, I can't help you.
On the surface of it, it doesn't feel immediately holy. No. There's no burn, there's no bite to it against your somewhat demonic form. It's harmless to you.
Oh, actually, no. Interesting.
Would you like to attempt to discern its affinity?
Better to make sure. If it's
With a
weird
natural
offshoot.
20,
Hmm.
this feels like something electric, like lightning, but without the holy connotations. This feels something more natural, like naturally occurring electricity, like naturally occurring lightning.
This is the lightning affinity, but it's not connected to the parent. It's strange.
Hmm.
There's no holy.
So then
affinity.
what's something more natural then? Like the lightning we see around us?
Yes. This brings me back to that talk we had about whether storms were considered magical.
True, whether the storms were magical or whether they were simply a chemical reaction or anything of the like a natural occurrence.
Yes, it was the conversation about physics, I believe.
Yes, physics being the central focus of that conversation.
Hmm.
Then perhaps all of these are the same. Not powered by our affinities because they don't connect to our affinity chart. But maybe they're all physics-based. Maybe it's something we can do with some sort of reaction. Something we can cause that can charge them.
Give it its
If this being
element,
lightning,
maybe.
then maybe some sort of metal rod or something that could cause the lightning to strike.
Well, I suppose I can test the water stone, see if it's weak, and if I dip it in the water, maybe something will happen.
It's just be careful of this water. It's very thick. It's
Yes,
not
I
even
think
thick in the
this
way of
is a.
murkiness,
I
it's
think this
just-
is a battlefield that was flooded. There's many bodies in there.
Yes, something grabbed me in the water.
Hmm, I see. Right.
From under the bridge, I may have taken its belongings, and I don't think it was too happy about it.
Phelan, is the water stone faint? Like the lightning stone?
Is the water one?
Is the water stone faint like the lightning stone pillar?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Nox is gonna test a theory to see if giving more of its natural element will strengthen it by sitting his hand with it in the water.
You place it into the water, and the strength doesn't seem to change. It doesn't seem that it's lacking the natural element so much as the magical equivalent.
Okay, so it's an elemental base. It's probably just this world's magic in place. Different, similar, but different. Which is
Then
annoying.
Figuring out this world's magic is going to be our objective.
I believe so. Just
You
why we need
watch
to
as some
find out the
droplets
library.
gradually seep into the stone. Strange reaction.
Strange. Stone's drying again. That's quick.
I'd get away from the water's edge, by the way. I just shot something that was moving.
They're rather smart.
Yeah, probably best we don't get dragged into the water.
Well, one step at a time. There's nothing we can do except place these in. See what happens.
Yes, well, if they're too weak to activate, then it might be an issue, but we can at least see what
She
happens.
doesn't know what to do. She wants to eat all the magic,
Around here
but she can't.
do sound kind of yummy. What are we attempting?
Waiting for Gwydion to put in their stones, and Nox can put his in at the same time.
Understood. You would see Gwydion slot the stone in.
Do I click the button?
You slot the stone in, but you do not click the button. As you put it in, nothing beyond that occurs. It simply fits within the socket pillar and it's again have less power than it requires.
Been good at magic.
Let's see, Motes, do you have anything about refilling it in you somewhere?
We're similar in that regard.
Well,
Instructions, you must have a safety
unfortunately, the
manual.
monks
Now I have to constantly use magic.
don't seem to have a safety manual specifically. You gather that whoever made this probably knew very well, or very innately, what the process would be for something like this. Or perhaps they didn't even expect it to run out of power.
The good news is
Hmm.
I have 2 arrows. The
Nox is
bad
gonna try and very lightly try and express
bad news
water
is
infinity into
I
it
shot this with the arrow.
very slowly.
With
Oh, that's spicy.
rolling
Take someone with you if you're going
a 14.
Oh, I'm
It coalesces into the stone, traveling directly from you into it, the contact with the object making it significantly easier as you pour mana in. You feel that friction, but with how directly it is being drawn, it's not as harsh as it usually is, and you will be successful in charging this stone. All of you,
Can I
Click the
use
button.
your long pulsing?
all of you,
Can I use your long
Click the
pulsing to get the air? Oh, okay.
players,
Let
you
me
may
do
all
it.
come over here and click the blue button. And it is local, so everyone hit the blue button.
Goody needs help getting his arrows.
I don't.
Oh, you got him?
I didn't get them though. You think it's worth getting them?
Yeah.
Tris, you see 2 arrows.
Whee!
You see the gem
careful
begin to
with
glow
that.
stronger than before. The light coalescing around the pillar itself, winding its way through the engravings. And a light once more.
This might actually
I
be
wouldn't bother
possible.
trying to get those.
The pillars are acting as supports for it. It's somewhat safeguarded from the natural disaster that is the magic here. I should be
Does
able
it
to
matter
find
the
most
type of
these.
mana you're pouring in?
Yes, I gave it the water affinity.
I see.
I don't
So then we
feel
should probably...
that much
just-
drained.
Mm.
Just a little
You're
bit
solar, you know?
tired. Yes.
Hmm.
I can do most of them.
Well,
but
I
I'm a bit
can't help you with much, so...
worried about the wholly adjacent one. Well, I can try.
Well then, let's focus on the others first. Leave that one for the last.
Now, fire I'm actually quite good with.
I'll step back a little bit. That is a polar affinity of mine. I don't know if that'll affect me. Guardian, be careful. We're starting to activate the pillars, so if you want to watch out.
grab these arrows with the lucerne, you almost seem to hit them, knocking them a little further. They're starting to drift away, and you push it out. You push yourself a little bit
What
further.
would you like to
catch
attempt?
arrows, and you begin to pull them
Ox is switching
little by little.
water to fire.
You get
Attempting
about
the same
here
process.
when the
Understood.
lucerne is pulled under the water.
18. Once again, it will coalesce directly into the object and begin to char and dissipate. Once again, that drain is less severe than you'd expect
Crap.
as it pulls and pulls.
So just probably the end of my tail is at the top. Yep.
Hit
Yeah,
the
your
red
tail's
button.
at the top, but the lucerne is under the water.
It's a little bit further out. Nothing.
Nox, give me a moment and I'll come back and assist you. I'm just going to fix this
course.
situation.
Looking around, Nox, you see the waves beginning to churn somewhat stronger than before, rumbling within the water. The fires
All of you working
and these
together,
pillars
you're
around begin to burn brighter.
You're
Something is
lucerne
very much happening.
However,
Right.
there is
It would
a
be smart
lot
to
of
actually figure out these things.
just wrapped around it.
Chaos, this one. If it's chaos, it should be done last. But is it chaos or is it something else?
pillars around beginning to churn more and more, the waters growing more violent, and the fire on these different pillars around burning brighter as these two pillars are activated.
You said this was chaos, right?
Chaos or dark, I couldn't really discern.
It's
Specialties.
seems the pillars are tied to the elements around us. Water's making the sea more active, fires keeping the beacons on. If this is chaos or darkness, I'd say do this one last. But I don't know what that's gonna cause. Lightning's probably
Be
a storm
careful of
pick up.
lightning.
Yes.
Yes. So let's do whatever this one is next.
Let's see here.
If it's Earth, I can relieve your duty of doing so. But if it's nature, then I can.
I'll check for you.
Rolling for inspection. With a 16, this seems to be a very specific affinity, not nature per se, but closely tied to it. It feels, if anything, like air.
Air? It's an air affinity.
Air. Well,
What?
unlucky for us, that doesn't lie under our affinity chart.
Yes, that's rather strange.
Creation would be your closest bet.
You do feel like
Yes.
creation, or even nature as a whole, something of that
Nature,
branch is probably your
creation, a
best
mixture
bet.
of Water and
Creation of nature will probably be a substitute. So if you were to
I
say
believe
go,
the one over there might need a DM.
Fire. Water.
So,
like
Air.
cause I eat everything.
yeah, soul.
What do I gotta do?
Think airy thoughts, I suppose.
Flying through the
What
air.
affinity should she try?
creational nature.
Creation of
Creation's
nature.
more specific,
fair.
so probably nature would be healthier. Because
Are
it's a lot
you
difficult to
using-
go the further out with your soul affinity.
What are you using?
Whatever they said.
Nature would be easier
Understood.
to access.
Well, with a 13, it will be successful. As for the first time here using magic, you feel that drain. That is like sand being ripped through your veins, tearing you up from the inside out the more you pull on magic around here. But as it does, as it pulls through, it coalesces into this gem, and you do see it begin to glow, but it is painful. You can all hit the green button. As the winds and the tempestuous air around you begins to pick up, the clouds swirling around stronger than before.
Okay, we might want to pick this up.
Yep.
The waves churn, the fires flicker brightly. Everything is
Throw a
growing
metal
more
ball.
and more alive.
I'm putting the metal ball in my mouth. The metal ball in my
Oh,
mouth.
the metal ball. I was like, you don't need medical. Understood.
Astra, if you could, would you work on the lightning? Astra?
Astria. Fucking go do it. I'm not naming it correctly until you fucking do it. Go on. Should I call you Pyromaniac next?
I want to be careful with that one because I'd have to create correlate to get to lightning, and that's not healthy for me.
Well, then let's work on this one while she's working on that one. If we can enact them at nearly the same time, maybe we can get out of here quicker.
Hopefully. I suppose if we both do, it'll be less strain.
Perhaps. Figure out if it's dark or chaos first.
Mm,
And then I recommend I take the lead on this.
of course, you are
Because
the
those are
more.
both my actual
specialized.
affinities.
Of
Tris,
course.
you know that they talked about finding something.
With a crack of thunder, a bolt of lightning strikes the pillar near Astria, and once again it begins to alight. Everyone may hit the yellow button.
She's shoving the metal ball back in her mouth to get magic back.
The lightning that was intermittent before becomes a roiling electrical storm. Flashes throughout the sky illuminate the area.
Alright. Darkness
Let's figure
or
out if
chaos.
this is chaos
let's
or
see.
dark.
That was extremely close. Remind me not
Rolling.
to be next to these pillars when they activate them.
Understood, 16. You would feel that it is almost sort of like something chaotic.
Oh,
It's
remind
You know
chaos.
that they said something about finding
I leave this
something.
to you, my liege.
John Astrid.
This is your advantage. Perhaps something. And a 13 is sufficient
fun.
as you begin to pour energy. It is your first time using magic. Yeah. You would feel it. That friction, that gravel, that sand being
You and
drawn
Astrid
through
have found something,
veins
right?
as if
Wonderful.
it is
Back in
carrying
my
the
pack.
inside
Oh,
out.
found.
It's like mana bone
What?
with
Wonderful
friction,
gift, man. I saw that
as
for
if it
sure.
is trying to rip
Allowing
through
a
the
mana
Yeah,
surface
yeah.
of the blood.
Yeah.
It does coalesce.
Yeah.
He
He said he'll refill it.
Everyone may press the purple stone as you would see the pillars all alight in unison.
They're gorgeous.
Maybe one more I'll explain it.
Oh!
All of them coming together alight as the storm reaches its apex. The figure behind you in the sky begins to shudder, fracture, pieces of it falling away into the water below. It is breaking
Father, no!
and falling apart as the waves broil more, some of them splashing onto the shore. Everything moves quickly, the winds blowing harshly, and the lightning strikes growing closer and closer.
Shit, we need to go.
Father,
Anyone
no.
up, right, John?
Sure, let's go. Fuck it.
With a flash, the light wraps around you, sending you all hurtling through this location to another, as you find yourself standing outside of that storm in what seems to be a long abandoned city.
Well, this is more like it.
Okay, so
didn't
how
like
are
how
we
that
supposed to
felt.
get back?
I'm sure there's an exit.
Yeah.
Across that bridge when we get to it, more than likely.
Okay.
Oh no, this is a wonderful and the best place to find a library. More moats as
Just as
well.
I was explaining to you.
Well, where do we go?
I found a
Those of you here
sword.
would notice the sky has become lighter, not merely because the clouds and storm have receded, but it seems to be closer to sunrise where you are. You are somewhat further east than you were before.
The mess that I found seems to have symbols on it, but it also seems to be magical.
What it looked
I also
like.
found like a pristine mesa, something you would find not in a battlefield, something you'd find in a blacksmith shop. The
Is
symbols,
it-
though, I don't exactly recognize.
Does this blade have any coloration to it? Or is it just normal steel?
Thirdly, did that blade have any sort of coloration to it, or was it look? did
You
it look like a
notice
normal
the
steel?
rats. It looks like a normal messer, but instead of having a wooden grip, it had a mix of wood and leather. The leather was a tinge of red, a beautifully crimson red.
Astral.
And it has some magic on it.
Think of astral.
I can show it to you when we finally leave this location, and I can actually access
Yes.
my bag of hope.
When we have a chance to sit. Because that might actually be one of the things
I've
I was
not-
looking for.
I've not touched it with my bare hands as I don't know what the magicalness on it is, and I'd rather not get cursed by something.
To some degree, that's what I think it is. It's holy. Or holy adjacent. No, this brings a smile on my face.
Hello, doors.
This doesn't seem great.
Open sesame.
Feels right, actually.
You know what I'm worried about?
Set.
Yes.
Stone doors.
The lack of security.
I think all the security died protecting the way in.
Whatever
I'm
it is,
thinking
all
more
of it's
of
abandoned.
the
We open
magical
door.
sense of security.
If we're going to open door, we're going to do it as a group, and we're going to be as careful as possible when we're going through.
Would the ranger like to check
Okay.
for traps?
Probably
Sure.
would, actually.
Checking for traps.
Triss, with an 18. There don't seem to be any traps at all on this door. In fact, it doesn't even seem to be locked. The only thing holding it shut is the sheer amount of time that this stone has had to degrade.
Well, not only is it
Anything?
not trapped, but it's not locked at all.
That's sus.
Saying if we just-
That's suspicious, right?
A little bit.
Yes.
Well, we have no choice but to go through. Ready? On 3.
Rolling strength check. Group strength check. Two fighters here. Astria, 19. Jarl, 19. Nox, 5. Gwydion, 6.
Of course.
Triss, 19.
Alright.
Collectively,
Mages.
yeah, that actually tracks. Collectively, you are all able to push as the door begins to slowly scrape and grind
2,
open. Pieces
3.
of rubble falling away as you may all enter.
Well, a big
You
circle
find
room at
yourselves
the end of a pathway doesn't feel ominous at all.
In a ruined,
Not at all.
the edges of the building having fallen away, and out through the opening, you see the cataclysm closer than ever before.
There it is.
The sheer tumult of magic being ripped and whipped around you is almost overwhelming in such close proximity.
This is a really shitty feeling, you know that?
Yes, and I
It is.
had to be the one to do it the most. I'd say I'm used to it, but I'm really not.
I don't know if you could ever get used to this feeling.
Damn it.
This could have been an observation platform, maybe.
Are you okay? Can I take that as a
Looking
yes?
out through the opening, you see the eye of the storm, the cataclysm itself high in the sky, but also below, the ocean, seething and churning in a vortex, tens or maybe hundreds of miles wide, swirling and sucking down to the bottom of the ocean.
Fuck you!
Whatever your thing is here, Nox, it's a lot
Joel.
bigger than I was expecting.
As you wave your arm towards the cataclysm, those of you looking at it would see a part of his hand vanish.
Oh,
What? Why are
Ah.
you looking at me?
Oh,
Your arm's gone.
That's expensive.
pull your arm back.
A slight
Oh.
silvery shimmer around it as it was, and then as he pulls it back, it is perfectly fine.
Well, I've done this before with Tempest. It's probably illusionary.
No!
You
No,
guys
no,
have any
no!
others?
Well, maybe test the floor first.
No.
As you step, your leg vanishes.
Ugh.
Feels like solid ground beyond.
True I'm
Okay.
sticking my head
Oh,
through.
understood. In that case,
No. Oh no.
pause for a map change.
Goodbye,
Please take a
Astrida.
step back. In fact, no need for portal. Request on me. I need to set something up.
Got it.
Okay.
Man, why does
I was gonna
magic
jump
have
off
to be
the
so
cliff.
beautiful and
I was just
horrifying
gonna
at the
jump
same
off the
time?
cliff. I'm not gonna lie. My
I'll
fucking
beat
thoughts
you to
were
it,
like jump.
motherfucker.
No.
Nox is feeling so melancholy right now, looking at all
Listen,
this.
y'all are sticking arms and legs through Astria's life. I want to get through this pain.
Yeah. No. Joel's done something similar with Tempest before. There was an illusionary lava pool at the bottom, and I just fucking Spartan kicked Tempest off the cliff.
Request on me.
I just
Request on
love
me.
this. This is so
Thanks for
good to
sticking
look
around.
at. I don't know
gang.
why.
We're
It's
in
all
the
the
end
cool
game
colors. Aether Chronicles Endgame.
My piercing has fallen out twice, considering the little ball in the front of it's gone. I gotta go look for that.
Well, we're almost done, and then we can hop out, and you can go look for it.
I take off my shoes and then fucking walk around.
Yeah. Get out of VR.
I have
and
VR
take off your
shoes for my VR.
Y'all
Yeah, and I
having
have the
fun?
jazz shoes that you bought me.
Having fun on this little thingy?
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Accepting some invites now.
I will
I'm just gonna
take the
request
fact
off
that
Charles
there's nothing
7
trying to
Give you a
murder
little
me.
exposition as you come in.
Yep.
Sir Alon's boss room? What in the Dark Souls? Dark Souls?
Oh, fuck. What is...
Dark Souls!
I haven't needed my own music, because every map said...
As you all
Yeah, it's
step
pretty
through,
nice.
the hall would seem to coalesce around you once more, not destroyed and broken, but as it probably looked originally. A grand, majestic hallway. Every single one of you would notice something immediately. There is no sign of the cataclysm here. Everything is calm, peaceful. This place doesn't just feel like it has magic, it is overflowing with magic. So much so that you're virtually drowning in it. And as you look around, a few feet in front of the threshold, you see a body. One that has almost its entire torso missing in a circle that seems to have been burned away, charred with such extreme heat that the floor beneath it has glazed over and fused together. And throughout the room, you would see another 5 bodies. Some to the left, some to the right, and one up near the end of the room. You may all go. Cards up.
That was just pretty good being being completely made out of fucking magic.
Yeah, maybe, but have you seen the
Yeah, no,
bodies?
that's fucked up, yeah. Anyone got rocks?
It looks like we may have another door in front.
Well, I guess I can,
No.
Be careful.
That's
Follow
nice.
around with Trish just in case. But yes, if you wish to join.
As you
no,
walk
it's
forward, your every footstep is almost cacophonous. You hear this place is both brimming with energy, yet so deadly quiet at the same time. Step by step, polished floor feels nice on your feet as the man in front of you stands.
Oh.
He's already opened himself.
Ah, cool.
I'm raising my hands, showing him I'm not
Toward
dead.
you, Nox. It's hard to tell where the
As
blade-
you step into the room, you'd see the figure draw what looks like a short blade and shout in your direction, a language none of you understand.
Does anyone understand?
I think he's crazy.
Entaldas
Nox, you would notice his eyes immediately snap to you.
Well, I speak multiple languages, what are you expecting?
A look of confusion and then disgust forming on his face. You can see him glance towards Astria quickly and back to you.
Is it,
People here didn't have
Do we get on
wonderful
our
terms with
knees to
demons,
show that
the
we're
devils.
No.
It was really bad for them here.
Well, he seems to be lowering his sword.
Just
You hear, all of you, the sound of footsteps on stone getting closer and closer.
Is he telling us to step away from
What
him?
he's saying.
I
Well, if we step closer and he points his blade, it's definitely not come closer to me. So.
I can try something. It'd be a something.
Oh, as all of you, a massive force of energy slams into every single one of you, pushing you
You
back.
feel the wave wash over you, brushing against each of your minds. The mages among you would recognize something similar to comprehend languages, as if he is trying to comprehend you.
Good. Hell, we do not mean any harm.
That remains to be seen. Why, and more importantly, how are you here?
Path was kind of obvious, not gonna lie.
We're following someone to try and fix something. Fix something that went wrong forever ago. While I was following a certain mage by the name of Treyarius. Did you happen to know him?
I think that name might have triggered him.
I was never
Oh,
under
he's
him,
Ingy.
though I wish to see something fixed and see the world healed. I never talked to the man. He was out of my time forever.
Then you truly do not know him.
I've only read his works.
His world. A pathetic usurper. One who tried to take what wasn't his. He tried to take this place, no other place in it.
What
What
do
does he
you...
usually seek?
I seek to find a way to heal the world. To bring things back to the way it originally was before greed broke it.
Perhaps. And just how do you intend to do such a monumental task?
Find help. Find keys of the past to maybe relock a door.
Or unlock one.
And who might you be?
That would do the impossible.
My-
Others have failed.
My name is Nox Latif O'Reilly. And I'm a mage.
more than a mage, judging by the points, judging by everything.
Hello, I'm
You
Astria.
recognize your authority. You and you. None of you belong here. Perhaps you. You in another time. Are you also determined to follow this same goal?
I'm here to assist Nox in his goals. Plain as that.
A young, a trifling mage seeking to achieve the impossible. That sounds very much like us to me. You would
Couldn't be
succeed,
more.
doesn't matter. Why? Why you?
It seems no one else that lived here wanted to do anything about it. I'd rather just let it happen. I'm not from here. I wish to help.
Then perhaps some measure of hope after all. You know where it is you stand.
Are we supposed to follow it? Yeah.
I think that's the hint that he's giving.
Wherever we are, it seems to be outside the influence of the cataclysm.
In a way. I was once a teacher here. You stand amid the eminent halls of Hull.
Finest school that Service has ever formed.
For a time I was a teacher here.
Later as a spellbinder.
And once admitted to this very hall itself.
I say,
I know of your cataclysm quite well. As though when it happened, a very long time ago.
I'm not entirely sure how long. I've been here. Here ever since.
Long enough that
Here,
things have
when-
turned into myths and legends.
Partly thanks to these fools, these usurpers, people seeking power that wasn't theirs to take. Such has occurred many times. Very many times. But these 7 are the most fallen. Seventh is not here. He's through there. The others died. Never foolishness that he was more determined. I don't fear he is dead, simply different.
I say,
Your really is determined to see this through.
You ventured here despite the hindrance. How did you come to be here? The way is all but impossible.
I braved the place where no one should have lived. The floating city of McCaskey.
As did I once. I see. I thought it impossible once it raised into the sky. Now it seems to have even resolve. Or even foolishness.
You wouldn't have happened to come across
What are the rest of you?
mage hunter, would you?
A slight opinion. I came across many things that way. Centurions, destroyers, the hunters. They were dealt with.
They're only a fragment of their true power, so it was hardly an inconvenience. Still, that tells me you have some measure of skill, or at least knowledge. But why? Why do you seek to undo all of them? Surely there's a reason.
Maybe
My
it
friend
was
tells us this too.
mainly that, amongst my own other personal reasons before that request was made. I just figured to see if it was possible. See where it took me. See if it was worth it.
In theory, it is possible. Hardly an easy task. After all, it was magic that caused this in the first place. Is it really wise to return the world to such a state?
Maybe they've had enough time to learn.
Or maybe they've had enough time to forget. Forget the mistakes, the crimes of the past. Perhaps you're right. But that is no better to fix. Yes.
Well, I'm just bouncing because of how much magic is here, and my brain is just going.
I see.
They may have had time to forget, but that is our nature, is it not? We make
I
mistakes.
speak of it as a good thing. They don't remember these struggles for power. They don't remember the prize that everyone was so desperately clawing for.
Then isn't that the perfect opportunity to force them to learn a different route?
Yes, it is. Truth be told, I would have done it long ago. Were I not here. I was too late here so that others would not attempt what the ones who came did. Make sure that this fragment of power was not misused, that they didn't cause another cataclysm. The destruction that was wrought that day was absolute. Million dead, blink of an eye. I would not see that happen again lightly. The reason I cannot believe is because these places, these sources of power remain fragments, fleeting across the land. This is in a sense a demi-plane, separated, but connected closely enough to its hope to have some influence. And it isn't the only one. So long as they remain, I would not leave, see magically instated. Because these sources of power exist, these memories of the past that can be heinously misused.
And if we manage to make them more manageable,
Then I will aid you in what you desire.
Another thing is, if we see people misusing it badly, we can try to teach them down the right path.
If we are to succeed in this goal, I may take on that responsibility myself. Time will
Yes.
tell.
Then I believe we have sort of the right direction. If we can restore it, then why don't you take charge? You take control and teach people the right path. Not necessarily
teach
full
again.
control,
Magic is to be preserved.
Mistakes of the past. I would rather they learn from themselves, that they practice through trial and error and get some skill. I do not want them to learn the secrets of the past. I don't want them to learn those paths that we uncovered millennia of study. I don't wish them to be that powerful, because I don't wish for this to happen again. But if we are to restore magic, and I might see you do it, Then yes, I will take an oversea bowl. As I said, I cannot leave. Therefore you, if you are so determined and so willing, will have to achieve it in my stead. Once each of these anomalies has been rectified, I will take you where I believe this might be set right. But this might be undone.
Thank you.
Fine. You will have need of this. One of the things that my kind trying to safeguard, like this place, it is a fragment or echo of something else. Because it is like this place, it is linked as such, it may help guide you to the others, and you may see them destroyed. Such planes cannot exist without something to sustain them. You find what does, or you find who does, and you destroy those places. Once they are nullified, once there is no risk of such things being misused, we can then look to restore the order as well. Very good. I have lost your name. Your name.
Yes, once again, it is Nox Latif O'Reilly.
Kalma Ashiri. And the rest of you.
I'm Astria.
My name is John.
You may refer to me as Gwydion.
Oddly specific wording.
Trisira.
A pleasure, I suppose. At least the most reasonable company I've had in quite some time. I imagine you are in need of transport somewhere. Have difficulty back the way you came.
A little bit. Maybe broke our way in.
Where is it you desire to go?
Back somewhere safe so we can plan. Or to a place of knowledge that could help.
There is no knowledge. No. This is old secrets that died with the billions that lie out there. That is your best hint of where these things might be and what to do. Like I said, it is an echo of a time past. It will get it. I will send you back somewhere to a nearer about. It is reasonably near a gate of some form.
Would you happen to know where these demi-planes might be? In comparison to the continent.
That, as I said, is the best chance you will have of finding them. I have not ventured from this place since gaining it, so I do not know. Find places of power. Imagine that those are your best bet.
Anyway.
Very well.
Before we go, I have a quick question.
was just gonna say, do you
We
promise this
saw,
to be true?
We saw thousands of dead Daedra. Do you know how to fight them?
I don't know what that is.
They're the ones that we saw buried in the ground. They had black with red
Perhaps you may
markings on
not
them.
know from the look, but maybe the signature they give off. Might be able to tell through this.
As you'd know, the vast majority of those bodies were people. The only Daedra you found were in the forest, about half a dozen at most.
Right. Yeah, that's what she's referring to.
What she's referring to is we found a few bodies of something we've been facing where we come from. This is a dagger made from them. Basically, they made this.
I've never seen such things.
Hmm.
That's
Probably
an answer to our
recent, then. They go everywhere.
Hmm. I have one last thing.
Wow. Oh,
Yeah.
I was gonna give. Oh,
Do you promise that all this information is true?
To my knowledge,
In my experience,
I haven't seen it firsthand.
It's
Most of
just a yes or no question.
a curious
question.
But as I've explained, yes,
This has been my experience.
she has cleaned it off, but she's giving you the metal ball that still has magic in it. You can remember us and stuff with that, and when we see you again. Yeah.
I don't like to forget such a colorful group.
Oh, okay.
I can be less colourful if you prefer.
And
I can't.
odd implication.
Don't mind him. Just says what he thinks.
Well, I guess I do have a question. On the off chance you know this strange individual, there was someone that we saw, well, I saw and Drosira saw, sitting by the more shoreline of the event, by the cracked stones. He seemed normal at first, but had gray skin, white hair, demonic-like figures. Does that ring any bells to you?
If you should find such, try and buy Ilua.
I see.
for
For
safety's
safety's
sake.
sake.
Fair enough.
I've never had to face one personally.
My question. I have one. We don't understand much about the magic that happened in this world, do we?
No, you didn't.
No.
From what we've determined, your lightning, I guess, your weird affinity for lightning, whichever way it works here, is separate from the way that we, in
Can I
the
eat
location
it?
we come from,
No.
works. It works in a separate way from what Nox has realized. It doesn't work via
Lightning is
innocent
secret
affinity.
the schools of the fallen for a
You
time.
also have air, which is curious.
My question
And
is,
how,
how does
in its form, differences in pressure, friction, different
How does your
challenges
magic
in the
work?
atmosphere of those we target, through understanding of all. Understanding
So you're not-
to create or manipulate.
So you're not
Thought
born with the
society.
ability to conjure such things?
Some are more gifted than others.
This is simple
in understanding and the pressure of charges.
That's
That's
years of study, some was a secret kept high. Refined for a very long time. Those mages around would feel pure soul. Pure soul. It is creating a physical pressure on the water around, and you feel it grinding, twisting air in currents, and pulling and separating specific parts of it. You're feeling positively and negatively charged areas of that air, and currents arcing between them.
It's
So?
so fascinating. What flavor?
I believe their soul is manipulating the matter itself. Their equivalent.
They don't have affinities, I don't believe.
Soul, but not soul.
You feel that there is definitely electricity around, but it feels like organic, natural light. The mana is simply applying pressure to the walls.
curious.
Huh.
Seems like a very inefficient means. It's utilizing soul and a lot of it to create a physical effect that could be achieved much quicker through a different affinity.
I mean, it'd be definitely weaker against someone with a lightning affinity, but
That was the final piece.
it's very interesting.
Very odd
Hmm.
statement.
It's intriguing.
Do you know what the elemental planes are?
The one.
Elemental plane. I don't know what
The
elemental
elements
planes
are
are.
aware of fire, earth, water, air itself. You've seen subsets of it in lightning, other such things. There are various specializations, as I said, some kept secret by schools that wish to be the main practitioners of them. Lightning, for example, is a good example.
Do you have ley lines here, or is that a no to that too?
Layla, they supply magic from the world, but it's mostly diffused through living things. Nature itself. Trees, plants, people, creatures. Ultimately, a fragment of creation, as it were. Left over the world when it was formed. And was formed through magic, and so magic remains. At least, legend. The ecclesiarchy.
Curious.
Would you be able to look at something for me? I believe only you can really.
The three brothers, I take it.
Yes, I happen to know about the whole four actually, but you know how that went, I suppose. I believe you can
Perhaps you're-
fix this. It's attuned to this place's magic. It's a book. I believe this might have been your journal, but I can't be too sure.
Long ago. Been quite some time.
I look forward to giving it a read.
Friends might understand better if you told them of brothers.
I gave the brief example. There was the higher being that had the three brothers and gave them the tools to work the land, the four initially. One, I forget the exact tools, but together the four crafted the world, they crafted the people, they crafted the plants, they crafted everything. And then the fourth brother disliked the humans and wanted nothing to see them gone. Then the whole war happened between them, and then it fell apart from there. Of course, the war between the brothers didn't cause it. So the legends say. One's wandering somewhere, apparently.
I know anyone's All wise tales. I prefer the practical things we can see and understand.
Like Ashen's-Dale?
Strange legend, one that had a modicum of truth in it. Yes. Highly prized. Very highly prized.
The story goes, the fourth brother took the tools from the other, broke it open to the core of the world, and forged them into something new. And spatters of ash and steel crashed through the lands.
Certainly have more power than most artifacts.
One that can see past the cataclysm and work within its confines.
There are few who can. Well, that'll be all. I believe you have a monumental task to achieve.
I believe there's nothing else that we can ask of you, sir.
But no. Where is it you wish to go?
Well, I suppose Akonir is a good start. Recuperate, say what we figured out, and all that. Thank you once again.
Good luck unto you all.
Appreciate it.
I forgot the name that was in the book. If I didn't, I would have said it.
Now,
The voice mod made it so hard to understand.
fucking said it.
True.
The voice mod made it so hard to understand some of the things you were saying.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
exactly.
Sure, shaking
Exactly.
wobble.
Damn.
I certainly can if you would like.
Yeah.
Good times. That is.
Yeah, I was right!
Seems that was a lot of fun.
I was right. It
watching
was
you
the amnesia
guys.
bunker monster. I know that
Dudley,
face
did you
anywhere.
watch me staring at you the whole time you
No,
were
I
in
was
that little
wa- I was
fog cloud?
I was watching you guys.
Thus,
There was a couple times
everything's
you
been
guys
established
missed me.
for the story
You
to
also
take
missed
place after the break.
Oh no, I saw that thing go by.
Just the Fae making sure that this guy isn't lying to them.
Give you a roll for that if you like, because it's difficult to tell here. Really? Really?
No, I
Fine.
made him promise.
Yeah, but you're not in a place that has any connections to the Fae or Feywild. You're in a demi-plane of complete power within the Cataclysm.
A demi-plane where they make the
Shouldn't
rules.
matter because I'm here.
Technically, that's how demi-planes work. Whoever controls them makes the rules.
Yes. No. Yeah, he didn't even make this place. Someone else, stronger than him, made this place.
Yeah.
He's just living in it.
Okay, Jar, I
So,
got some
Aiden,
questions.
you saw this thing? I'm genuinely
Yes.
surprised if you saw
got
this.
some questions
Okay.
because Nox would have
'Cause
tried to
I
do
was-
things during that
Well, the only
conversation.
time this
He
thing
was
appeared
messing with his
was,
bag.
you guys leave the cave and I was on top
As
of
one
Yeah,
do.
I turned around.
So
and
Nox
saw it,
attempted
but I didn't
first. Yeah, let's go
acknowledge it
over
because
here.
Like it's dark. I don't see
Nox
that.
first attempted to bring out the
No, you'd see
the
it,
shielding
you'd see the
crystal from
glow.
Mageski and see if it ambly took charge from a place of its origin.
Shit.
See if it refilled itself.
But yeah, after
Uh,
break, you two can talk about that.
The one from the four pillars, right?
Yes, the four pillars, not the one from the construct.
Oh, you're
Yeah, you don't
talking
know that
about
joke.
Yes.
the item I flushed
Yes,
out
it
at
would.
some point, and
And secondly, Nox tried to be very quick about it. when this guy started doing his electricity, he tried to pull out the electric crystal on the construct to see if it took any charge.
Does Nick want to go play game?
Yep.
Nick
Yeah, I
said
did.
Lemons, no, Lemon
And
said
also,
that they
I
got
need
the
a
crystal.
fuck
Good
around and
stuff.
find out roll
I
from
told him
Knox,
we'll
because
be
he's
done
learned
soon,
something
just like
very
the other
interesting
night.
and new. He's going to be
The best kind.
practicing.
I'm
He's
just-
going to be
Said
practicing
minimum
what he
20 to
just
30 minutes,
saw,
max 1 hour.
using
I
immense
mean,
amounts of
we're
soul to try and
just
move
taking
matter
Understood.
So I was correct with my
to cause an elemental
It's
effect.
so inefficient compared to
It's
using
like
lightning,
working
but
backwards, which makes it difficult. It's working backwards against everything he knows.
yeah, it is.
2 hours.
Like he wants to do something
so
to refine
reverse.
it, but if he refines it, it just doesn't work.
So he asked me at one point.
So he has to do it stupid.
how much longer
Exactly.
until, and I made
Exactly.
minimum 20 to
It's
30
not
minutes
stupid
max.
if it works.
But I was right.
That was a 16 on a fuck around and find out.
Cool, then Nox is practicing that.
I can make sure I got my stream.
Understood.
Using
It's a lot more
soul.
difficult than Aether.
Yeah.
But around here, or correction, not around here, the Cataclysm will make it difficult. But in this room, a lot easier.
Yeah. Either
Now-
way, Nox will try to.
And actually, that rock you got,
Yeah, the
that's an
little.
important thing.
Yeah, that shard of something important. Hopefully, it does not burn me.
That is. Oh, what doesn't burn. That is what is known as a fragment of the Cataclysm. What it does is it will have a pull to it towards anything from essentially before the Cataclysm. It is intrinsically linked, after all, so specifically to any place of magic that is still potent.
Time to
Well,
go and warp through time and space.
By one.
Shoot up and stuff.
Kind of.
I have a Daedra arm.
It's an odd little thing.
It's like the Dark Souls
Yes, it
2
will give you a
event.
pull towards those locations.
It's like the
Yeah.
Dark Souls 2 with the Giant King. Where you find the corpse, you throw in the shard, and you go back to the wall where you last fought. It's like that, isn't it?
Just occasionally seeing this thing around.
We'll see what it's like.
I mean, I
You
watched
have
you the entire night.
quite the adventure ahead of you, because after the break, the campaign starts in earnest.
Yeah, that means you get a lot of time to write down that journal, which you've now fully unlocked from.
Oh, my metal arm is just
Yep.
I also get to,
Oh, I know exactly what's in that journal.
Yeah, I also get to finally click in, I think, the final part where she's upgraded.
We shall see.
The power.
Do some craft rolls.
Yeah.
I got 2 swords
Oh, yeah, there was one more
stuck
thing that
inside of me.
Jaw had, which let me get him over here. Pause. Just, can you tell Jar about the sword thing so we can see if it's what we think it
This thing's
is?
just casually impaled with 2 fucking swords.
Yeah, exactly. Works every
I'm gonna go see if I can eat something again real
Sup.
quick.
So it's the sword thing is something Dudley said was below the water. So basically what he said, it's a messer, pristine condition. The leather wrap is like a dark red, I believe you said it was.
A crimson,
and-
like a very crimson, like almost beautiful red,
like-
very
like-
similar to
yeah,
kind of
crimson
this.
red. So basically like a blood red.
Rich red. Yeah.
It has symbols on it, and it is magical in some sense.
Nox wants to do the test. Once they
I
got
found
out.
it on the body that also gave a mask as well. I took the mask as well, and whatever was in the bag. There's some sort of scroll, but it seems to be ruined due to the water and whatnot.
But yeah, Nox is doing once he gets out of Acroneer after he gets the group some spaghetti. He wants to do the test. The touch test.
Celebratory spaghetti.
No effect.
Okay.
Seems fine.
And it's not an armature blade, otherwise I would have burned him the fuck. It made him feel really
You can also
tingly.
tell by the coloration.
Yeah.
Not the right color for one.
The hilt had the color, not the blade. Half right. Yeah.
You walk in on a mage interrupted, he just pulls a sword.
Yeah.
Come
My-
at me.
And me attempting to initially understand this, understanding what I saw was, damn, did they all kill each other? What happened here? And then I see you appear, and I'm like, oh, I guess there's
Oh,
no
he didn't
longer
appear. He was sitting
survivors
right there.
of. Oh,
He just stood up.
Yeah, you blended
Yeah,
in.
it's just it's
90%
so dark
of that.
from back there. Yeah.
Perfect. 90% of what you actually wonder is actually in that book.
Yeah.
Except for this. What happened
Yeah.
here? You left that book behind when you left Nagazgi.
What I tried understanding
It's a
through
good
the
time.
weird voice was when I talked about Terrarius, it said further down, he's not dead, he's just changed, and then you pointed to the side door.
Yeah.
Now I understand why you didn't like when I said, I'm looking for a man by the name of Terrarius.
You fucking what?
Listen, I don't know the man. I just like his
I'm
idea.
looking for the man
trying to
who's
fix
boss's
something.
bill.
You're fucking what, boy?
Damn.
Fireball, fireball, fireball.
I
Sure,
cast.
somebody
I don't
made
care
some
how
kind
good
of
this room
model.
is.
Somebody made a model
Good
that has
time.
its own like hand gestures. Look at this shit.
Yeah. Awesome gesture.
Part of me wonders if the
How
eye
the fuck do you
thing's
do
in
that?
room.
That's so cool.
You know that model?
This is such a cool ball. I just found this and I'm like, yeah.
But yeah, I also figured it out. It's like Dark Souls 2, if you know. How the dream seeds work from Dark Souls 2. Any Dark Soulers in here?
Maybe.
I haven't played the
Maybe.
second one.
Oh, okay.
I've
No,
played
totally.
many Dark
It's
Souls.
been a very long time since I played Dark Souls.
Okay, so reminder, Dark Souls 2, there's a thing called either Dream Embers or Dream Seeds, where if you find a corpse, like a really old corpse, you can toss in a Dream Seed. And then you fall asleep, and then you go to a fragment of the past, where you go to the final moments of that creature. Going through time to fight something, basically.
Yes.
An echo.
Good sword.
Which sounds eerily
no, I
similar.
do know what you're talking about.
Sounds similar.
Yeah, I
Because
know
we're
what you're
in one
talking
of those
about.
rooms right now.
Yeah.
Alon's boss
Yeah, I know
fight.
what you're talking
That's only one of the
about.
dream fights.
Listen, it's Sir Alone, and that
Sir
man
Alone.
did not deserve to go out the way he did.
He
Sir
really
Alone
didn't.
was one of the best characters of the
He
series,
was.
and he
He was so cool.
he literally. He was such a good guy, and he died because he served an awful king.
So now it is time to prepare for the campaign proper,
Pause.
where things get really quirky.
I got
that
time
was
to
just the
practice.
introduction.
I'm,
Yeah, we got
I'm
time
sure
to-
you know what the
Yeah.
sword and the
I think we
mask
get
are
a.
for.
it's
I
2 to
got time to
3
make models.
I think it's a.
I
They
feel
don't
like
character.
I'm
We're
like-
skipping
It's a couple of
for the
days,
October break.
I
It's
think.
2 to
That's
3
find
days
out.
of break.
Another reason I'm not
You know,
touching
Knox
it
is
with
gonna be
my bare
practicing what he's
hands.
seen
You need to
non-stop
tune to it.
because he has the final
Don't-
part to
Yeah.
put the construct project on hold and have she and Lynn work it out themselves. So he has time to practice.
True.
Listen,
Oh wait,
I
does
know
that
it
work?
sounds really
True.
funny, but how you describe it
I don't
is
think so.
soul.
'Cause he
Using
wasn't in those
soul to
calls
manipulate
when he was
matter
explaining that stuff
It's a
back then.
physics.
Yep.
So hypothetically,
Pure
Um,
physics.
I could
If you were to
split an
smell
atom,
those
Sure.
first.
right?
Hypothetically, here's the
hypothetically.
problem though.
I'll tell you if we all go hang out and maybe do.
This is a
creation
pure
Don't
funny
know-
hog.
Like,
I don't know what an atom is.
Yeah, it's the,
probably not
it's the
going
yeah.
to.
We don't know what an atom is.
Sure.
I just
Bare-
accidentally
like,
do it too
Yeah,
well,
well, I could do it.
and then everything's dead.
Sweet upgrade your
The reason that
Steam?
lightning was such a
Oh.
secret of Rafana for so long is because somebody
saying,
there
it's
managed to
probably
figure
There's a new
out
thing for
conductivity,
Steam has a new
Well, you gotta-
and
Steam
no one else
subscriber
could.
agreement
And so it
here.
was such a closely
Did
kept
anyone else
secret
see
because they were
this
the
in their
only
Steam?
people who knew how to study
Did anyone
lightning.
else just get a pickup
to
pop up on
apply
their
it
Steam saying,
physically.
"Icon alert"?
Hmm.
That's why it
Nope.
was such
No,
a
that's
secret
just
for so long.
I'm.
Luckily, Knox is a
BG,
college
BG.
kid that had both magic and somewhat
This
physics in
Exactly.
it.
After I find the ball.
He knows about
He
lightning.
knows how to learn shit.
He knows about the
You
lightning
need to
storms
find
and
it. It's pretty important.
the weird charges in the
Okay,
air with
just
static
let me know when you're
electricity.
back, okay?
I'm excited
Sure,
for
I'm
when we
gonna
go
read
through
more on
that
this in a
door.
bit before I agree to it. I mean, I'm
Wanna hear my
agree to it.
bet,
It's not like I
sir?
have a choice.
Which will never
Yeah.
confirm nor deny until it's too late. I
Yeah,
think
don't
that
know.
purple
never
eyeball
do.
dragon monster is in there. I think that's the final boss.
I'm not going to confirm or deny anything.
Like I said.
Good times, one and all. I hope you all had fun and a few spooks along the way.
Yep.
Yeah, I had fun,
It's
sir.
very interesting. Seeing Daedra dump into the catacomb.
I mean,
Like
listen,
I was
it
telling
makes
Gurley,
sense
like
why
the
they got
entire
their
time,
shit
I was
wrecked.
like,
It absolutely makes sense how they got
Oh.
their shit wrecked. Because they come to eat mana from the world, but the
AD.
world's eating the mana from them.
What was that?
Yeah,
I was like,
Basically.
fuck, I forgot I need to
They
finish
were
my
there
character
too
sheet
late.
for AD.
like,
Oh, that makes
We
sense.
don't have session tomorrow, so
They can't warp
I
out
know. I'm just
because
still
they're
gonna
being
try to
taken
finish
into
it.
the
Huh.
cataclysm.
yeah.
It's nearly
Oh,
done.
yeah.
I'm just trying to think.
Oh, shit.
So,
Because
The
their warp is
reason
magic.
they
And they can't warp
the
out.
reason they were so fucked is because they didn't come here via the Nexus. They tried to rift their way into the plane, which means that they are automatically sucked into the cataclysm. That's their
Ooh.
only way into this plane, straight through it.
Man, they
Which
really
is
just
why
got
they
flushed down
just
the
get
toilet.
scattered across the Lost Way. Yeah. So they are, for all intents and purposes, magically just, there's nothing once they get here.
Okay, I know this is a weird reference. Who knows that that Star Wars PvP game? Like the Battlefront, I think?
There's
Star Wars
many of those.
Battlefront? It's
Yeah.
like Night of the Ewok game mode. But it's that giant
How
monster.
true.
It's like that giant monster though. Just it.
There's spoilers. I'm not going to
Well,
reveal anything.
you just said it. Don't think I didn't hear it. There's more than. And then you start a little too late. Sorry. Sorry. We're lucky we only
You
saw
have no
one.
idea.
Listen, did you hear my theory? I said the jaw. Worst
Which
case
one?
scenario could be one of those twisted things I talked about.
We shall see.
I mean, it
There's
definitely
a
looked
lot of
twisted.
adventure yet to be had.
Yep.
Good.
But yeah, I assume
Um,
in Nox's research there were 7 members of Hall, right?
Yes, the survivor.
And there's seven stains on the ground.
6
6 stains on the ground.
in here.
Yeah. Hi, Triarius. Talk to you later.
I think the interesting part is that most of them are just dead. That one's
Missing a
there's
torso?
like a 1 to 2 foot wide circle of just everything's been incinerated, and the ground beneath has been heated to a degree that it has melted together.
Well, either it's disintegration or a very precise burning hands. Yeah.
Burn.
But now Nox is like really happy in a weird way because he's now imagining in his mind what he saw that man do to the Mage Hunter and getting some therapy out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. The Mage Hunter, mild inconvenience.
Mild and
Because that was after the Cataclysm. He's dealt with things before the
But now Nox
Cataclysm.
has a fully charged lithium battery that surely won't explode.
True. I love lithium. Who knows what happens when you go through a Nexus?
Well, what happens? Because I go through the Nexus.
You know what? I'll roll for it. High, it's fine. Low,
we
it's
have-
like taking a battery on a plane. It's just
Yeah, we have the lightning crystal, the protection crystal, and the book.
book will be fine. And the other 2 rolled very high, so they're all fine.
I still win at RNGesus. I only rolled
Yeah, no, you've got
below a 5
you
once.
all got high rolls today.
Only below a 5 once.
There were like a couple of 20s. There were 19s, 18s, 17s, a lot of them.
Listen, I just
My
radiate
Yo.
magic
lowest one
plot.
was a 13.
I radiate magical plot.
A lot. It's like plot armor.
but no
What are they
protection.
discussing over there conspiratorially? No protection, certainly. It's a simple question of fuck around and find out.
Now
Find around
I
and
wanna,
fuck
I wanna
out.
test thingies. Because I feel like I could pull it off. Where is
Test
it?
thingy.
What else have I
Oh.
got on this menu? Unfortunately, most of the other horns are bad here. This is why I kind of want to.
True.
I really want a new
Very
model
bad.
for Nox, but I can't find any people for it. And I don't want to waste too much money.
Understandable.
Hello, a slot just opened, but I have like 3 people waiting.
Yeah. I don't want to push anyone or rush anything though. I've just been having the mindset of until I get a new model for Nox, I don't really want to play them that much.
Understandable.
Because it's so hard to convey
You're about to have
mage.
to.
Yeah, I kind of have to.
Sylvie knows. Imagine people not understanding that you're a mage when you have armor and a big, huge-ass sword on your back.
Nox has a sword, but I can't use it because I don't got a custom model.
The plot has been established.
Nerd.
I mean, he has
But yeah,
a
actually,
sword, he has
Trish-
gun. Here's all the thing is.